Yeah. So this actually leads us into the CAGbag. And here's a question from Ben Gilbert.
Okay.
At real Ben Gilbert. Not the fake Ben Gilbert, the real Ben Gilbert.
All right. The pizza eating one.
The pizza eating one? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He was talking about pizza the other day.
See, he was talking about pizza the other day.
What movie is this from, Wombat? Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the old zoo. Not the new zoo, the old zoo.
Why, that would be Police Academy 2.
2? Yeah, 3, I think.
No, Police Academy 2 with Howard.
2 is the one with Bob Gold with
Yep, but that's where Bobcat Goldthwait was the villain. He in Police Academy 3.
Right.
He goes to the Police Academy himself with Sweet Chuck. Please, how dare you question my Police Academy knowledge? Don't you know that I live literally 2 blocks from Steve Gutenberg's parents?
I did not know that.
His parents live 2 blocks north of me.
So you've studied up on all the Police Academy movies?
I've studied up. My children are friends with his third cousins. Or second cousins, whatever it is. Like, his cousins all still live here.
Police Academy 2 is rated PG-13.
Police Academy 2 is pretty dumb.
No, it's good.
It is good. No, I like it. You know, what I say, Fluffy, in the litter box. You want some?
It's good.
Uh-huh.
See, that one I didn't know.
Police Academy 2 is, it's quality.
Ben Gilbert actually did not ask about Police Academy 2.
No, he did not, but you started it, so.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
He asks, is it going to be Microsoft or Sony who formally announces a next-gen console first? Think that's happening this year?
I don't know if it's going to happen this year in a big way. I think Microsoft has already
announcing. He's just asking. He's asking announcing.
I would say Microsoft because they're in second place.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Glad we got to the bottom of that.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
When you're losing, you got to get people fired up and try to stop they're not bleeding just because they're losing.
Yeah.
They're just not selling as much as the competition.
Exactly. And my mother's name was Jughead.
Oh boy. I thought I watched those movies a lot, but apparently I'm just a noob.
Police Academy.
Or it's just been so long. When's the last time you watched that movie?
I couldn't tell you. I literally could not tell you the last time I watched Police Academy 2. It could very well be a decade or more.
Right. Yeah, no, for me it's probably more.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was that question. Oh, this is good. At Low Glass Logic writes in and says, did Wombat get a sufficient amount of shit for the Red Dead 2 writing being worse than the worst BB one or WB show? And if so, can you read some on the show? It's probably too hard to read those, but actually he said it was worse than the worst CW show, not WB show.
W doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, look, that might be a little bit of hyperbole, but
not really.
Not necessarily. It's a lot. Look, it's a lot of dialogue in that game. It's 75 hours. Can't all be like how much of that do you think is really like top notch? Can't be a big chunk of it. Can't strike 75 hours worth of gold. And I didn't play through the whole game. That's just I did play through the whole game, but I didn't do everything.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
You know what I meant. I don't want people to think that they caught me in something. I finished that fucker. Don't worry. You did get a sufficient amount of shit. Didn't you just say the other day that you got more shit for that Red Dead comment than something political that you posted?
I got more crap for making fun of Red Dead Redemption when it came out. More about the fast travel thing.
Okay.
Than for anything political I've ever posted. Like combined, probably.
For the fast travel thing, or for saying, or for the writing?
No, for the
thing?
fast travel thing.
Oh, right. You were complaining, but there is a lot of horse riding in that game.
Oh yeah, I stand by my comments, but I said it like the first week the game came out, and people were really high on it, and I got it was ridiculous. I had to just stop.
Yeah.
I had to take a step back and wait for it to just go away before I could go back. But yeah, no. Yeah, I got a lot more crap for that than anything I've ever said about Melissa Joan Hart. So,
Well, that was crazy too. Oh my God. That was crazy. We didn't talk about that.
No, we don't need to. It's over. You
Wombat,
could Google it.
The crazy thing is, we don't need to talk about that. But the crazy thing is that you can make a tweet about a celebrity or anything, a politician, a celebrity, anything, and a newspaper or online publication will take your tweet and feature it prominently in the article and maybe even in the graphic header of the article. And you're just some guy.
I'm just some guy. I'm not verified by any stretch.
Not that even matters. I mean, verified what? Like,
I don't have that many followers, really, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm very, it's not. I'm not like a bigwig by any shape, form. And I had to be told that it's not like they reached out to me and no one reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're writing this article. Can we feature your tweet?" Yeah. I had to be told by someone else. And then I saw that and then I'm like, that's interesting. And then when I Googled it, it was like 5 articles from 5 different publications and it was nuts. And if you want to see what we're talking about, all you really need to do is Google Melissa Joan Hart, because I'm pretty sure I single-handedly ruined her SEO more than anything else. That's probably my biggest crime.
It was crazy, dude. I was. You didn't get any shit from that, right? You got
no, not really. No, not at all. Actually,
not like Red Dead.
Yeah,
nobody cared.
No one cared.
They agreed with you. I guess it wasn't controversial.
Yeah, most people agreed with me, but
yeah, just if you said like it was a Daily Mail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's do.
Daily Mail featured me in the graphic on their header.
Right. That was unbelievable. I thought when you posted that, for a second I thought like someone made that and just as a goof.
No, that was a real thing.
That was a real fucking thing. And I'm like, wait, and your avatar is a fucking wombat. It's
the Whip Smart. It's the Whip Smart Baggy made avatar of the wombat face. And I didn't even tag the person in it. Like, it was one of those things, and I think we've all been there, where you read something or you see something and it bothers you, so you type it out just to get it out there. And I did it like really early in the morning just to kind of get it off my chest. I'm like, 5 people will see this. 5 people are going to give it the little heart, and I'm going to feel better, and I'm going to move on with my day. Like, there's 5 people that agree with me. That's all I need. And it just turned into something.
It's just, the crazy thing is not what you wrote. It's that how anybody...
It's what happened.
Yeah, can write something about a public figure and have it featured prominently in a news article. It's just crazy.
Insanity.
Here's a question from @K Saunders. How's Cinemia? I guess that's how you pronounce it. I've been kicking around getting it for my wife and I. We loved MoviePass before it shit the bed, and curious if you use your new subscription anymore. That's the MoviePass competitor. Yeah, we saw Bumblebee, I said, and we saw... What was the other fucking movie we saw? Bumblebee was the one that we saw on RPX. And then we saw... Well, now I have to look it up. But the point is, it doesn't matter what I saw. Well, I'll look it up. But the service is good in that it gives you a credit card that you can use and just keep... You can just keep that payment saved in whatever you use to buy your tickets. So it's pretty easy to buy the tickets through the program, which was my primary concern. It is there are some hurdles that you have to jump through to buy the tickets, in that you have to use their app first and then you get to buy the tickets. But hey, you're seeing these movies for like nothing, basically. What was the other movie I saw? Usage. Let's see.
This is riveting.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's bothering me. But it's good. You should get it. You should give it a try.
Was it Spider-Man?
Was it? It was. Yeah, it was Spider-Man. It was. I think. Yeah, it was definitely Spider-Man.
All right. Happy to help.
That we saw in RPX.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I'm not 100% sure though. Anyway, it's good. Let's see what else we got here. I just turned 30 this week. Does the dread of my eventual death ever go away, or is it something that just falls into the background? 30.
Ugh, I wish I was 30. Feel?
I mean, I don't. At 30, you're thinking about your eventual death? That seems like you're way too early on that. Why at 30? 30, you're still, I mean, I feel like I'm 30 now. I feel like I'm in better shape now than when I was 30. 45 is the new 30. Wombat, right. You don't agree?
I think that's fine.
Let's, here's a ping pong question. Should I do this? Should I read this question, or can you not even hear me anymore?
I can hear you. I just stopped listening because you're talking about ping pong.
No, I wasn't talking about ping pong.
Okay. What's your question?
At Ross Clifford writes in and says, a few episodes back, Chibi seemed to imply he has the name for a hypothetical ping pong shop when Wombat suggested one. Does he have one? And if not, if you guys had your own ping pong or comics or game shop, what would it be called? Basically, Wombat, you have to think of a name for a game or comic shop right now off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head?
Or maybe you've thought about it before.
I haven't, but
I do have a name for a ping pong place, but I can't tell you because...
You may use it one day.
I won't. I wish I had enough money that I could just do something
stupid. Slap some beans?
Slap some beans? No, what? I was saying, I wish I had enough money that I could just open up a ping pong club and it didn't matter if it, made money, if anybody ever went to it. Mm-hmm. Like Billy Joel has his motorcycle thing.
Mm-hmm.
A shop that only works on his bikes. So what's your name, Wombat?
Paddle Bottoms.
No, for the comic shop.
Oh. You don't like Paddle Bottoms? That's a good
Paddle
name for
Bottoms?
Ping pong.
Well, I get the paddles for the ping pong. You use a ping pong, use a paddle, but what's the bottoms?
That's the bottom of a ping pong paddle.
I mean, I get it that you're hitting an ass with a ping pong paddle, but it doesn't work into the sport at all, or even like things that people
until
normally...
you see the servers.
Is that part of the... Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like a theme place, not only ping pong. It's like Hooters, but you can paddle the girls. And guys. We have to have guys.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Yep. Paddle bottoms.
Mm-hmm. Paddle bottoms. Fat guys and girls, too. Yes. We don't want to be sued.
No one there will be in shape.
Well, if they're playing ping pong.
No, it'll be part of the thing. It'll be, so how many children do you have? And if they say anything less than 4, you get it.
They don't get hired?
Yep.
It might be illegal. I'm not sure. Paddle bottoms. Okay.
Bottoms.
What about the comic shop?
Comic bottoms? I don't know.
Book in your ass?
Yeah.
All right.